Well, howdy folks. Hope everybody's having a terrific afternoon. What I'm going to do here is attempt to start this thing. You know, I know a lot of people do this stuff off camera and then they hook it up. They get it running, not recording, then they bring it back and say, oh yeah, it fires up on the first kick. Well, that's just not accurate. I don't think. You know, guys, trust me, I ain't got all the answers for everything. Actually, I ain't got a lot of answers, period. But I did fill this tank up. I think I got it set to 44 to 1. And previously, in my other video, I was talking about this little catch down here. There's a little brass ferrule that goes in there. And Dale, a good buddy of mine, had pointed that out and sent me actually a little picture of it. And I have looked all over the place for this little ferrule that goes in here that the throttle cable attaches to. So I'm going to have to source that. But in the meantime, it does appear to be functioning. I do not want to leave it like that. But I will add that to my parts list. I was going through my bins of parts. I did have a ferrule for something, but it definitely doesn't fit in there. So that needs to be addressed. Okay, so we've got fuel on, and honestly, I don't remember if choke is up. I think it's down. No, maybe it's up. I think it's up. I don't know. We're going to find out. Let's see here. Let's turn the key on. See what kind of results we get. I know the battery's good. I'm sure you can't see it. Nah, you can't see it. One of the dash lights is on. And hopefully we are in neutral. Well, yeah, we are. This can out of the way. Maybe it's down. Or maybe it's up. Or maybe it's not got fuel yet. I really don't know. I should be getting spark. I don't think I disconnected anything since I last worked on this. It is on. Of course, on horn kind of works. Well, that'll wear you out something quick. And untie my shoes. Okay, well, I know you can't see, but let's check for spark. Make sure we're getting spark again. And like I said, this carb looks pretty close, and it does say Mikuni on it. I'm guessing it's a Mikuni, a real one. You won't be able to see the spark test because I am on this side of the bike. But I'm going to try to position this where I can see it. Yeah, it's got spark. And the plug doesn't feel wet. Let's shoot a little two-stroke down the cylinder. See if we get anything. We have nothing, folks. And we do have spark. So, are we getting fuel down into there? Tell you what, I can loosen the float bowl screw and see if we're getting any fuel out of the float bowl. Well, I'm seeing fuel coming up. Looks like that hose is kind of cracked a bit, but there is. It is definitely getting fuel to the carb. Why is this thing not firing? Okay, because we know we got spark. We know we got fuel in the tank. We got fuel going to the carb. Shot a little bit down the cylinder. And yet nothing. And working up a sweat trying to kick this thing. Hitting that stand. Okay, let's check the plug again. Maybe I need to shoot a little more down in there. Ooh, doggy! Feels like about 100% humidity out here. Okay, well, it's wet. Let me blow it out. Make sure it didn't get foul. Wasn't that wet, so I don't think it's getting fouled. Well, I know the bike runs because we've had it running before. So, what am I missing? I don't know. Nothing, I don't think. I mean, I definitely see the fuel puddled up under there where it was leaking out when I opened up the float screw, bowl screw. Let's try it again. Fire up. Kicked on blue in the face, guys. Woo! All right. Got no answers right now. Hey, turn signal forks. Puzzled. Puzzled, guys. Damn. What do we got going on here? I have not messed with the timing. Excuse me, we took that plate off, but I didn't actually mess with the timing. So, let's shoot some right into the carb, see if that makes a difference. really need to get it off the stand. Well, that's a little too much of a workout. Holy crap. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to turn the camera off. And I think I'm going to take this carb off. And maybe put the original one back on. Because I know this thing ran. I think I even got one of the videos it running. So, I'll be back. Alright, well, decided to get the compression tester out and check. And lo and behold, look what that gauge says. Should be showing up there. 35 psi. Or pounds. So, that explains why it's not starting. And folks, let me tell you right now, that is a new jug, new standard piston, new rings, new gaskets, new everything. So, I don't know. Yeah, I was doing the test with the throttle open. So, I got a problem here somewhere. So, I think maybe I'll work on some other things on this bike. But I got another cylinder head in there. The one that I tried to bore over. I think I may just box these up since Dale's got all the equipment, the lathe and the mill to do these things proper. I think I may send this little project off to Dale because I did try it and I was getting about 85 psi, which from what I've heard is probably okay. So I don't know. This bike is jinxed. It has been driving me just absolutely nuts. And that's part of the reason why I kind of set it on the back burner. I got totally aggravated with it. And I know that's my fault. It's just a machine. And a machine can be fixed. So, but I swear, the last time I dorked with this bike, I was getting about 85 psi. And it has not ran since. It has sat here and done absolutely nothing but collect dust. So I don't know what's changed. Yeah, it's full of oil and you know all that good stuff. Well, it's a two-stroke anyway, so it doesn't matter. And I haven't even checked the transmission because I've never had it running to the point so where I've needed to check the transmission. So I don't know. I may go ahead and post this up. Yeah, yank this head back off here. Take all this stuff back off. I'll check it again. But like I said, I'll probably just end up boxing this stuff up and sending it to Dale because he's got the proper equipment and that guy does some freaking outstanding work. So, anywho, if I don't add on to this, this will be the end of this. I was going to actually work on the gas tank over there and put the petcock back on it and mount that up, figuring this thing is going to fire right up. It may not have run that great, but it would fire up. Well, guess not. Today was not my lucky day. So maybe I'll get off my ass and start putting the YL2C back together. Or bring one of the Trail 90s in here that I just want to repaint one of them. So maybe I'll bring that in and start stripping it down so I can paint it before we start getting like really cold weather. That way we can have the garage doors open. Anyway, I'm yammering. So thanks for watching this extremely short, frustrating video. But this is the reality of working on a lot of this stuff. And like I said, it did run. I don't even know. I gotta check my previous videos to see if I even showed it running. But it ran, and it had about 85 psi too. I was kind of disappointed when I got the new cylinder head, piston, and rings and everything put on here, thinking, oh, you know. But now, there is one thing that that I may end up checking. You remember in that previous video, we put that new crank seal in, and I did take this thing in all, and I've noticed this freaking thing. I can't show you right now because you're on the tripod. But I'm seeing two-stroke oil in there. from the oil pump. I don't know if it was just residual and I had the bike leaned the other way, but I'm going to let this sit. I may end up having to take this magneto back off and double check that seal, but I mean, it looked like it went in there just fine. That's the only thing that's changed, and that is one thing that could definitely cause a problem. If that seal did not seat properly and it's trying to suck air into that crank seal, that could do that. Jeez. Well, fortunately I have another crank seal, so anyway, I'm going to wrap this up, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good one. Well, folks, I'm back. Take a little break because what I didn't show you was, well, I showed you I did the compression test and it was getting about 35. And I thought, well, we got an epic fail here. So the last thing we had done in the previous video was replace this seal, crank seal. Well, I got to thinking, Dale, who I mentioned, which I need to put up a little card here so you guys can get his Dale Sweger, S-W-E-G-E-R. Got to yakking with him a little bit, and you know, not much really there. Although I tell you what, I need to convince Dale to move out here, and then we can have the Dale and Greg show, build a big ass pole barn, and make videos so he's not freezing his ass off in Montana. But anyway, what I had done is I shot some oil down the crank down the piston hole to see if it would increase compression. And I'll be damned, I was reading like no compression at all. So I stuck my thumb over the hole and I couldn't even pop my thumb off the hole. So, you know, we're going to take this thing back off here and see. Crap, but I had everything I needed to get my impact. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to pop this back off and just double check. You know, and I'm kind of hoping really that, you know, I see that the seal had popped out, and maybe that'll explain that. Oh, but my conversation with Dale, you know, he did that video on the YL2. He has a YL2 as well, and his seal was kind of half off, but he was still recording about 90 psi. So and I forgot my stinking magnet, which I'm probably going to need. Well, we'll see, maybe I'll come back out there. Okay. But, I'll pop that out of there. There we go. You can. If this is not the case, then off comes the cylinder, which I was hoping to avoid doing. And like I said previously, that if that is the case, then I am sending this cylinder to Dale. And I will let him rehone it, because this, like I said, this cylinder is brand new, brand spanking new, and the rings are brand new, the piston's brand new, so I'm kind of wondering if this isn't the case here, do I have some broke rings, which is not out of the realm of possibility. I see no, oh, there's my key, don't want to lose that. Yeah. I'm really kind of baffled, guys, honestly. This bike hates me, I will tell you that. You know, I probably should have just left low enough alone, because I think when I first got it, it had, I think I was reading about 85 psi, and I thought, well, I'll just attempt to bore it out. Of course, I don't have a lathe, you know, and a mill and a honing thing like Dale does, so let's see if I can pop that loose. So I bought a tool, and it got really good reviews, and it allows you to hone out a cylinder. And I think that was my first screw up, and I put it together, and I still read about 85 psi. And maybe that's all these bikes actually make is 85 psi, because I'm pretty sure, and I need to wheel the TS 125 back into the garage and do a compression test on it, because I think it was like 85 psi. So maybe, you know, I just created a whole bunch of problems for myself, which trust me, I'm good at doing that, so I wouldn't be surprised if I did. Now, the seal is in there. You see my hand here. The seal is in there, and it looks fine. Oh, well, I was kind of hoping for something else, but, you know, wish in one hand and crap in the other, right? Turn the other way. So we'll just go ahead and put this stuff back on here so we don't lose parts. We have stuff lying around. Oh. That's got to be turned a little bit. There we go. Now it's in the hole. Well, honestly though, I don't, I'm trying to think, you know, when I worked on this last, I gotta go back to my videos and see, because I know I was getting like 85 psi. 80, 85, something like that. And I really just got aggravated with it and kind of just stopped working on them. Yeah, I was taking things off the YL2, where you can't really break too much when you're taking things apart, when you're putting it all back together. So anyway, man, the key is set down. Let me turn it. Try to turn it. So I got frustrated with it, and I had a bunch of other stuff going on in my life, and just kind of put all this stuff on the back burner, and for that I apologize. But, you know, life does get in the way of things at times. I do want to bring, I know I need to get off my butt, bring the YL2, which I will. I'm going to start putting things back on it at least, so I can make it a roller. I would like to, before it starts getting too cold, you know, I know I've talked about painting stuff. I like painting, but painting does not like me. So I would like to get that Trail 90 in here, get me some red, Honda-ish red paint, and at least get it painted. And then, you know, that way over the winter, I can work on it. Yes, that's on there. No, So I guess we're going to take the cylinder off next, guys. Joy. But on the bright side, it is a beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's probably about 78 degrees today, maybe 80. Not complaining. Not complaining at all. I am just going to burp this on because I don't want to over tighten it. I still need to look up the torque specs. I know I said I was going to do that last time, and actually I plumb forgot. So we're done with that. We're done with that. We're done with that. We're done with that and that. Get stuff out of my way here. Let's go ahead and take that spring off. And the exhaust header bolts are 10 mil. We're just going to go ahead and loosen the exhaust. Got to take the carb off. And grab me some paper towels here shortly. Or a rag. Guys, you don't want to risk dropping anything down your cylinder. Alright, so we're placing bets here as to what the problem is. What do you guys think? Broke rings? Kind of what I'm thinking. Hopefully, and if that is the case, hopefully there was no damage to the cylinder walls. Okay, let's take the slide out. Leave that dangle. Take the carb off. Yeah, fun times. And then back to the Trail 90, I have worked on one 4-stroke bike. One. And it was a Chinese bike. Well, I mean, I got my license, Lafon, however you want to pronounce it. It's a 4-stroke, but I mean, I've never, kind of brand new bike, so I think I only got not even 400 miles on it. But I've never taken that apart. My ex, her granddaughters had dropped one, the throttle had stuck, and she just kind of walked off of it and went right into the creek. So that was my first experience with a 4-stroke. And I believe on mine out there that aside from needing painting and, you know, a bunch of parts, I think the exhaust valve is the exhaust valve has a seal on the on them. And that carb is full of gas, so let's I need a let me drain this gas out of here. Well, I think the gas leaks out of everywhere but the hose. So we'll let some of that drain out. I think it's pretty empty. Empty enough. Okay, we'll set this in our box over here with the other carb. And oh, I don't want to put the nut and lock washer back on here. That way I don't lose them. Yeah, I might have to watch my my own videos on the YL too. Try to remember what went where. Oh geez. And here I am thinking about bringing out the. Yeah, I did check these bolts just to make sure that dork me didn't forget to tighten them down, which I hadn't. Okay, let's go pop over to the other side here. And I really appreciate all you guys watching. And I know I had some new subscribers recently. You know, so when I hit that thousand mark, you know, I'll be rich and have all this money flowing in from YouTube and be able to buy more bikes to work on, right? It's just what I need. I did have the scooter out the other day, well, the Honda Express. One of them, the red one, and I was driving it around. I still, you know, those things like to sputter, and I cannot, for the life of me, figure it out. I tried riching it, leaning it out, you know. Yeah, remember we had the episode where we had the soft C's on the yellow one. I just richened it up. But yeah, they'll both do it, and maybe it's just a common trait with them. They just kind of sputter a little bit, and then they'll run fine again. So I don't know. I haven't been able to pinpoint it, but they appear to run fine. And like I said in my videos, they're just fun. You're not going to go anywhere fast with them, that's for sure. But they're comfortable and easy to drive. It would be kind of nice if you could actually pedal them. So I thought about getting a moped that you can pedal. I think that'd be kind of fun. I mean, I walk every day, and actually with this job that I have, I'm usually averaging about 8 to 10 miles a day walking. So I walk a lot. So I walk at work, and then I come home and, you know, hang for a bit, and I'll make some dinner, then I'll go for another walk. But anyway. These bolts just take a minute to get out of here. And we'll get a rag, and I don't think that's leaking down in there. I think that was just left from when I bled it, and it was leaning when I took it off this little stand. One of these days, I tell you what, I'd like to get a stand like Dale has, a lift, motorcycle lift. I know the Harbor Freight has the manual ones. Yeah, maybe I'll, get one of those. But, honestly, I really don't mind sitting on the ground. Doesn't bother me none, so. Am I missing a washer right here? Yes. Okay, well, the copper gasket is in place. Everything looks good there. Oh man, I'm going to have to loosen this exhaust up. Cause it's in the way. Let's see here. What bolts do we got to loosen again? Do we got one under there? Yeah, I got the spring. And I got this bolt here on the side. Of course. And this is a 14. So I need a 12. And then you take that spring off the bottom. I'll do that while I'm over here. You guys should be able to see that. Let me zoom in a little bit. There. For your viewing pleasure. That one off. And I'll tell you right now, I don't see any scoring. I don't feel any scoring. Oh, buddy, there ain't nothing wrong with this piston. I'm really going to be super baffled as to why I don't have any compression. Now, we can't rule out a problem with that high quality Harbor Freight pressure tester. But honestly, even without, just sticking my thumb over it, I mean, it should be blowing my thumb right off. And it's not. Jeez, oh Pete. Put the wrong one back on. But we're going to take it off and see. Because you can't see the rings with the jug on. Well, there's the exhaust, guys. We're going to leave that lay right there. Let me clean up my drip bucket here. Yeah, it's nasty, but it's got a bunch of junk out of the oil in it. Alright, let me get a paper towel, let me get a rag. There he is. Well, that's from that two-stroke oil. Is from when I put it down the cylinder Because if you're not aware, you can do that as a test. If you have low compression and you suspect it's your rings, you can shoot oil, like a teaspoon or so down in there, and it'll coat your rings and it'll bump your compression up. So if that's the case, then you got bad rings. And I don't want to lose that. No, the rings are there, guys. What the heck? Oh man, the gasket even came off without breaking. Sweet! But hold on, before we look at that, I'll put this back down here. I'm wondering, did the gasket no, it's on there right. I'll show you here in a sec. Try to be gentle with this. I know you're not supposed to reuse them, but this one is in perfect shape. We have a tiny crack up there, but I can order another gasket kit. See that little hole at the very top there, right there? That goes towards the top because there's an oil passage there, or a passage of sorts. Okay, I'm looking. I am looking. I don't see any scoring. None whatsoever. Let me get a light. Let me zoom you out. Well. Can you guys see down in there okay? I don't see any scoring. None whatsoever. Okay. So we have no scoring. The rings are intact. Oh, be darn. Yeah, I don't know, man. Looks like the pin is there. Where's the other pin? Oh, there's another pin. I know, you're looking at my big fat head. Oh, there's the other pin. So there's a pin there. The pins are in place. Man, I drop this down here. Never forget. Just in case something decides to fall off of there. Wow. I don't know, guys. At this point, I do not know. Copper gasket's good. Okay, well, shoot. Yeah, I'm wondering. Yeah, I see no scratches. Nothing. Well, this plot just thickened a lot. Huh. Well, well, like I said, I can take it out and measure it, but I think if I'm going to go that route, I will just take this one and this piston. I'm going to take the one that I attempted to bore out. I'll take that piston and that cylinder. I think I'll send these to Dale and have him rework them just to make sure they're fine. Because I'm kind of really at a loss, guys, as to what would cause almost zero compression. But let me get a pair of needle nose pliers and we'll take the piston out. And see, slide up and down inside the cylinder and see if we can, see anything obvious. Let me get my caliper. Told you this bike hates me. It's not just me. I'm not making things up, man. I don't want to lose those. Let me go on the other side. Well, let me see if I can tap that whole thing out of there. Kind of in there. Tell you what though, those rings might be a bit well, those rings seem awful loose in there. One thing I'm seeing. But other than that, that is the only thing I've seen. Maybe they sent me the wrong rings. I could have swore I checked the gap on those. And come out of here. Oh, I'm gonna get a long socket. See if I can tap that out of there. It's kind of being stuck. That thing's not budging. What the heck? Okay. Kind of weird. I'm trying to make sure I got the right size socket in there to kind of tap it out. Let me try the other side. Let's see if we'll move this way. Normally they kind of slide right in and out. It's going. You just got to be very ginger with it. Because you don't want to be whacking too hard on your crank. Smooth it out. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer, man. It's I do not remember this going in that hard. Okay, I don't like the way that feels. Let me give me another rag. So I can support the back side of that piston so don't whack into that so hard. All of these parts are new. And this sucker is not going to come out of here. We got to get it past the rod. Well, the bearing seems fine. Oh. But yeah, that thing is kind of in there. take some emery cloth and kind of smooth that where it was hitting that thread. Well, we got a little side to side play, which is fine, but no up and down, which is good. Let's see if we can tap this out. Okay, it's out. What size is that I was using? That's a 9 mil. Okay, so are you seeing? You're seeing up there. Okay, let's go over to the workbench. I'm gonna take a look over here. Some stuff out of the way. We'll move you over here. Okay. Dance around the cat food bowls. Okay, so we have our piston here. It looks fine. I need a kind of little spot right there where it's hitting that screw, tapping that pin out of there. Alright, so let's line up our pins. Sorry, now my big head's in the way. I'm trying to get these pins to stay lined up because I just kind of want to see. Helps to put it in the right orientation as well. Duh. Your arrow goes towards your exhaust. This thing is fighting me. That's sitting in there okay. Pins, keep moving. Tell you what. Yeah, I know I can take the rings off and put them back down in there and check the ring gap again. I'm just trying to get the piston to go down in here. It's alright. Wind up. I can see. There's that one. Well, somebody next door's got a cannon. Okay, so here we are. It feels snug. Definitely not sloppy. So what the heck, man? What the heck? Okay, well, you can see right in there. Trying moving it with my finger here. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's definitely tight. Weird. Yeah, maybe it's too snug. Try to get back out of here. Come on. Guess I need to get a piece of wood and tap down the inside of it and push it back out. I have to get the scrap wood up here. Let me zoom you back out here. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I need to look and see what the ring gap is supposed to be again, because I forget off the top of my head. I can remeasure that. don't know. I have no idea. So, man, I mean, I can... the other thing that kind of concerns me is this wrist pin. I mean, you see how tight that is going in there. I don't think it's supposed to be that tight. Let's see, I can get it started, and then you can't get it back out. So, I can order another wrist pin. But, man, I mean, the wrist pin is not going to be causing this problem with the low compression. It can cause other problems, but not that problem. So, I don't know. I don't have the box for the wrist pin anymore. But you can see, I mean, you've seen me struggling over there just trying to get this thing out of there. Yeah, I can get it to go in, but it's a really, really snug. And yeah, it should be kind of snug, but I mean, it should, you know, with oil on it, you know, it should slide in. You shouldn't be able to sit there and tap on it with a frickin' socket and a hammer. Well, I say that. I've had to do that many times, but they should slide in and out easier than that. Let's just put it that way. I don't think these ports were chamfered. I know Dale does that. But there again, I can't see that being an issue. So I think what I will do is just go ahead and kind of wrap this epic fail episode up and put that out there. I will we'll come over here. And I can write down I'll write that down. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure. Alright, so you guys, some of you guys who subscribe to me, subscribe to Dale already. So for those of you who don't, trust me, the guy knows, he knows more in the tip of his fingernail than I know in my whole brain. So please check his channel out. The guy does just outstanding work, super down to earth. I wish, I told him, texted him yesterday, wish he'd look closer to me. We'd definitely hang out and have some beer. Super nice guy, just super nice. I can't say enough nice things about Dale, and the guy does a lot of shit. So, you know, between mill work and lathe work and all the other crap that he does, and like I said, he does outstanding work. He doesn't do the kind of work that I do. I get him nice looking and get him running. This guy fully restores them. Well, a lot of them. Some of them he's not. But yeah, just please check out his channel. He supports me, I support him, and that's what all this stuff is about. You know, us supporting each other, us reaching out and helping each other. Questions. Of course, he'd never call me and ask me a question, but I will definitely bug him and ask him questions. So, yeah, I'm going to do some more checking. I'm going to check this ring gap on here, which, guys, that's super easy to do. I got to take the rings off. You set it down in there and you take your piston, push it down in there, and you take your feeler gauge, put it in there, and you just measure your gap. I got to look up the specs. The Suzuki specs will tell you what the gap should be, the range, and we should be good. And I think these are fine, just from what I'm seeing on them. But I've got no compression for some reason, and this wrist pin is a concern. So I think I may order a new wrist pin and bearing, roller bearing, just to be on the safe side. Or like I said, I may just box this stuff up and send it to Dale. Here's your roller bearing, and that goes in there and rolls like that. You know, and this goes in the center this here goes in the center of your crank. So, you know, as it's going, it's spinning back and forth. Gotta like them sound effects. But, yeah, so I am kind of puzzled. But the other thing that is kind of puzzling me too is, I don't know if it's showing up. Okay, you see that shiny? See the shiny part right here? It's real shiny. But down here on this side, it's kind of a matte, dull finish. I have never seen that before. So maybe, I don't know. I will definitely run that by Dale and see if he can clue me in. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up because the epic fail episode is probably running a bit too long. But I mean, this is what you guys are going to run into, you know, working on this stuff. Weird crap, you know. It's the first time I've seen this. I could have swore, like I said earlier on, this bike had 85 PSI, thereabouts 80, 85. And yeah, last night after, you know, I cut this off, I dropped that oil down there. I was reading nothing. So something is definitely not right somewhere. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video. So see you soon.